Welcome to American Airgunner. On this week's episode, I'm in Las Vegas for the 2013 SHOT Show. Gas pistons are the topic at the round table, and in our first elimination round, Sarge and Jason go head-to-head to find out who will be going home. All this and more on the only show all about airguns, American Airgunner. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are in Las Vegas for the 2013 SHOT Show, and I hear this is one of the biggest gun shows in the world. They got everything you can imagine, even some things you can't. I can't wait to get in. I'll see you inside. Just for those really pesky varmints around the house. All right, I'm here with Richard Turner from Umarex. Richard, how you doing, buddy?
Can't complain today.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
SHOT Show 2013, Las Vegas. I mean, this is a serious booth you got here.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, interest in air guns is just unbelievable this year. And really with the products we've got, a combination of technology and just pure shooting fun, it's just unbelievable. I mean, consumers are coming in and they are loving it.
And Umarex has a little bit of everything. You guys got
Absolutely.
pistols, you got rifles, you got semi-automatics, I mean, of all types of different air gun and airsoft.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about some of the new products 2013 we can expect from Umarex.
We've got the new Silence Air system. That's a 5-chamber noise-reducing muzzle system down there. So that affects downrange noise than generated by an air gun.
Sure.
You combine that with the new Reaxis gas piston. And that's a gas piston utilizing a nitrogen gas piston on the inside.
Yeah.
So you don't really have that spring, and that spring generates a lot of vibration and noise. But with the new gas piston system, smooth shooting, accurate shooting, and really bringing that noise down. You combine those two and you've got a great new item there. 2013, check out everything new from Umarex. You're gonna love it.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying the 2013 SHOT Show. I know I am. We'll be right back. Okay, ladies, okay, I get it. I'll buy you something, jeez. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more coverage of the 2013 SHOT Show, and there is plenty more to see. All right, it's time for our American Airgunner Trivia, brought to you this year by our friends at Blue Book Publications. American Airgunner is sponsored by Umarex, Zeroed In, and Pyramid Air, the world's largest retailer of air guns. What's up, everyone? I'm Rossi Morielli, and I am in Las Vegas, baby. We are here for the 2013 SHOT Show to see all the hottest, coolest, wildest products you could ever imagine in the outdoor world. Let's check it out. It's like a playground. All right, I'm now joined by John and Steve of Blue Book Publications, and these guys know guns. And I mean literally, we're talking, just about every gun in the world and its value.
We published the Blue Book of Gun Values, which has been out since 1989. This is every air gun that's ever been built, plus everything from 2012 on back. Okay, so
to what? From 2012 back to
18. What, John?
1790.
1790. I mean, we're talking air guns that I've never even seen, that's for sure. And you guys put a value on, depending on what condition or what year, if it's got all the, like, I'm sure original parts, all that stuff. How do you come up with the values for all these guns?
We've got a bunch of contributing editors that help a lot.
Okay.
Steve and I don't know it all.
We're not
so
that
we got
smart.
a lot of people. We got a lot of people that help us out a lot.
They're just not books, they're databases.
Right.
And you can access these databases online.
If you want to know how much your gun's worth or how much any gun's worth, these guys got it at the book, got it online. You can find it anywhere. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is a 30-30?
That's a 30-30.
It's a rifle in your hand, basically. I got a rifle and a shotgun in my hand, is what's happening here. All right, I'm now joined by Matt Emmons, who is a 3-time Olympic medalist in competitive shooting. Because how long have you been shooting?
A long time.
Yeah.
Almost 17 years.
Let's talk about it. Let's go back to the early days. How did you get started, and where did your love for competitive shooting come from?
Honestly, by accident. I grew up in a family of hunters. All the guys in my family were hunters, and I grew up shooting. I always liked it, but I had no idea it was a sport until I was about 14 years old.
Okay.
And a friend of the family was an FBI firearms instructor, and he was talking to my dad about paying for college. And the guy said, well, there are universities that have shooting teams, they give scholarships. Does your son like to shoot? And my dad said, well, yeah, he loves to.
What's your favorite gun to shoot with, and why?
I would say my small bore gun.
Okay.
I've always enjoyed Airgunner, but honestly, I do love the 22. There's so many things that you can do with it. It's very hard to make one shoot good.
Right.
And if you can do that, if you have a great gun, you actually do have an advantage.
Good luck to you. We'll be watching. We're always rooting for you, and we hope to see you in 3.5 years.
Heck yeah, man.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Just in case things go wrong at the honky tonk, right?
Exactly.
Ha-ha! I love this. This is my new favorite gun in the whole world. All right, I'm now joined by Tom Gaylord, not only air gun extraordinaire, but gun show and gun enthusiast all around. So here we go, SHOT Show 2013. Tell me about it.
Well, you expect the SHOT Show to be big, especially in 2013 because of the political situation.
Sure.
But the real news is the airgun side is big for totally different reasons.
Which are?
People are finding out about air guns in incredible numbers.
Yeah.
And I have to say the number one air gun at this show is in the Umarex booth. Boom! I'm going to call it a German Luger, but they're going to call it a P08.
Okay.
It's the pistol that the Germans fought with in World War I.
Yeah.
Air gunners have been asking for this for years, and here it is for the first time. They're going to sell a boatload of these things.
And it's a sharp looking gun.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get my hands on it.
You and me both. Thanks for catching up with us, but I think we're going to see you a little bit later on in the season, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, Rusty.
All right, Tom, appreciate it. All right, after the break, the guys and I sit down at the round table to talk brake barrels and gas piston technology. And later in the show, it's our first elimination round in our American Air Gunner Challenge. All right, it's time for another segment of Roundtable. Today I'm joined by the usual suspects again. Of course, we have Rick Usler, Jim Chapman, and Tom Gaylord. Guys, thanks for being here again.
Very welcome.
Very happy to be here.
So today, let's talk a little bit gas pistons. Advantages, disadvantages, or first of all, what is a gas piston?
Why don't we start with what it isn't? This is what most people have in their guns.
Okay.
This is a typical spring piston arrangement. It's got a mainspring, it's got a heavy piston, and it's got a spring guide. And I would say a large percentage of the guns on the market today have this in them. These are gas pistons. And before we go any further with that, let's give their other names. What's the name for a gas piston?
Gas ram?
Yeah, gas strut.
Gas strut, there you go.
Gas spring is what the industry calls them.
Okay.
So they got a lot of different names. It's all the same.
Which, of course, a gas spring is kind of, it leads you the wrong way because there's not a spring.
Well,
a gas spring.
I was just going to talk about that. You know, no, look, your spring, if you look it up, is any mechanical device that stores energy.
Yeah.
Guess what? That is a mechanical device that stores energy.
Okay.
It's a spring.
Very good.
It just is gas versus a metal coil.
And when you say that, he's talking about this thing right here. This is the actual gas spring in the gas piston assembly. So this thing here stores energy. When you cock the gun, this goes into here, and there's compressed gas in there now, but it compresses it further.
Okay.
When you fire, that relaxes, but it never completely relaxes. It's like Mom's minivan. On the back hatch of the minivan, there's two of these to hold the hatch open.
Right.
Same thing right here.
Okay.
These are made a little bit better so they last a little longer, but not much different. We got a cutaway here, and this is a piston.
Okay.
It's a steel cylinder. It's got a piston seal that's a synthetic, This one's a parachute seal, so when it goes forward rapidly, it opens up and it seals against the walls of this compression chamber.
Okay.
So this fits in here. I'm going to push this down a little bit.
Okay.
There's a little tiny hole. Can you see that?
I can.
That little hole there? Okay, that's called the air transfer port. Real important. This piston is going to go violently forward, and it's going to compress air that's going to come rushing out of this air transfer port and gets behind the pellet.
Okay.
The air is totally sealed. It can't go anywhere but behind the pellet.
I like on paper what the gas rams can do for you, but that's only if they're really manufactured properly and they actually deliver on what's on paper.
All right, well, let's talk on paper. What are those advantages? On paper, what are the advantages?
On paper, you have a different recoil. I think one of the things that people don't realize is that you still have a lot of recoil with a gas ram. It's
But
different.
it's not as position sensitive. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
one
not
of the
as
things I
hole
like.
sensitive,
Because if you shoot a traditional coil spring, where you put your hand each time can adjust the point of impact in terms of where the pellet hits. And if you're going to shoot in a field situation where you're shooting off sticks or off bipods, that can be a real problem. Sure. And that's one of the things I really like about the gas rams. I mean, again, being able to shoot that gun off sticks, braced against a tree on a rock when you're in the field, that makes a lot of sense. And it's worth it, in my opinion, just for that.
Which one do you feel like is better, just personally?
Well, I mean, the thing is, when we talk about accuracy, what do you mean by accuracy? Intrinsically, a gun may have the same accuracy with either one of these springs, but the gas spring is going to be easier to shoot because of the recoil characteristics that Rick and Tom were mentioning. It's going to be easier to shoot. So, you know, the inherent accuracy may be the same, but most shooters will be able to shoot the gas spring more consistently and more accurately.
There is an advantage that has just come to the market.
Okay.
This is the Reaxis gas spring. What they've done, they've turned it around. They put the mass of the gas spring on the piston end instead of on the back end where it isn't doing any good. So now your piston is a little heavier. When it goes forward, it has less of a tendency to bounce back off the cushion of air, and that gives you just a little bit more power. This is something that's new to the market this year.
Okay.
And I think people are going to be very interested in the performance.
And what guns can you find that in?
You can find it in the Octane, you can find it in the Ruger Yukon, and I think as time passes, there could be more and more models that have it.
Does it change the cocking characteristics of the gun?
I don't feel that it changes them, no, because you're doing the same thing. You're compressing gas.
Is one of them more difficult to cock? The spring or the air?
I think gas springs are more difficult to cock.
I think so. You ever shoot a compound bow? Yeah, you get past a certain point and it's a little bit easier. I think you have that sort of effect with the regular spring.
Like as you cock it more times, or just that one?
No,
point,
that
like,
one,
like
that
this
one
is hard
stroke.
and then this is
yeah,
easy for it?
I think so.
Okay.
And it all depends on the geometry of how they've set up their cocking angles. and
All right.
whatnot. With that gas ram, you just have constant pressure. Yeah. From start to finish.
But a lot of them have a smoother cycle, though, I feel.
Very smooth.
All right, that's all the time we've got for the round table today. There you go. A lot of interesting information. If you guys want more on gas versus spring piston, visit all these guys at their websites. You need a lot more information. We'll be right back with more American Airgunner. Don't go anywhere. Up next, Sergeant Jason competes to see who will be the first contestant to go home.
PyramidAir.com. Let's see.
That was fast.
Bingo.
Honey, did you do those chores yet?
Chores.
Roger, put that drink down. We got to mow. Chop, chop.
Oh yeah, he's out there showing the grass he's boss.
Pyramid Air. Big selection, fast shipping, the airgun experts.
All right, guys, how we doing today? Good. I like the enthusiasm over here from Sarge. This is our first elimination challenge. Last week, 4 of you did very good in the competition and are safe this week. Bob, great job. Mr. Loco, well done, my friend. Sparky and Amanda, congratulations, you guys are safe this week. Yeah. You live to fight another day. So it's time for our first elimination challenge. It's a thing we like to call a ricochet. Now this is gonna be kind of tricky. Here's what's gonna go down. We got 2 different guns for 2 different events here, if you will. First, you're gonna go with the Walther PPS blowback. New gun, not even the market. These guys are gonna be the first one to shoot it. Well, I'm actually gonna be the first one to shoot it. And it should go something like this. There's a steel board up there, 45-degree angles with a bunch of balloons, and they gotta shoot off the steel plate down to the balloons and pop the balloons. The key is you gotta use geometry and figure out the right angle. Let's see if I can do it. Should go something like this. Something like that. So there you go. That's gonna be tough, but they gotta figure it out. As you can see, it can be done. The second thing they have to do is use the HK P30. This is a pellet gun, has an 8-round cylinder mag, and they've got 4 of them, and they've got to knock down the lights. Should go something like this. We'll see. Bulbs worth 3 points. The balloons worth 1 point, and they have 1 minute and 30 seconds to get as many points as they can. It's gonna be fun. May the best shooter win. Jason.
Yes, sir.
Sarge.
Yes, sir.
You guys came out in our bottom 2, so you will be competing against each other in an elimination round. Whoever comes out on the bottom of this competition will be going home, and that will be it for your run on the Airgunner Challenge, all right? So, Sarge, since you did a little bit better than the last challenge, and Jason, we're gonna let you call it in the air so you can pick side.
Yes,
Ready?
sir. Heads.
It is heads. Which side would you like?
I will stay right here, sir.
Okay, Jason, you good there?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Good luck to you. May the best shooter win.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Sarge, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Jason, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go, guys. I got a stopwatch. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds. Good luck to you. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, go. Get it. Pop them balloons. Pop them, yo.
The challenge is exactly that. It is a challenge. I think everybody in their mind thinking, oh, it's easy. Just bounce the BBs off the steel and pop the balloons. It's not that, it's not as simple as it sounds.
I haven't seen one pop yet. Pop the balloon. Pop them.
First thing I did was grab the BBs and started popping away on the BBs. And when I wasn't getting the reaction I wanted out of the balloons, I just quickly transitioned back over to the pellet gun and just started aiming.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2.
Yeah.
There's 2.
Come on. Oh,
Oh, you hit the wire.
Shotgun effect. The more I shot, the more I was going to hit. So I said, okay, shoot the BBs. Couldn't get anything happening there. So I go back, change the mag out on the pellets, and that's when things started happening.
Come on, guys. 10 seconds. Go. Almost out of time.
Good day on the trigger, bad day on the trigger, weather, whole lot of other factors coming in, causing problems, but this is stuff you got to live with when you're out shooting on the American Airgunner.
3, 2, 1. Guns down. Ceasefire. All right, guys. Well done. Well, now that was a wild challenge, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
There's a trick to those balloons. You know, you certain angle, you pop them, they go like that. You guys definitely were hitting the rocks a lot. I saw that happen. So not a whole lot of success on the balloons, but when it came to the lights, you guys both had some real success. Jason, over on your side, with the pellet gun, you knocked down 5 lights for a total of 15 points. Sarge, you knocked down 7 lights on your side for a total of 21 points on the bulb. So, Sarge, congratulations. You'll be hanging around for at least 1 more week.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Sir. I love shooting against you.
Yes, sir.
Jason?
Yes, sir.
Dude, it's been a pleasure having you, man. I've really enjoyed this. I know you're a hometown boy. You know, we were all rooting for you. Unfortunately, man, it looks like you've run out of air, brother. So, man, I appreciate it. Say your goodbyes, my friend, and adios, brother.
You know, I don't know. Sarge is a great guy. Any one of these contestants, I'm happy to lose to because they're such good people. He worked hard to get here. He shot well. I had a little bit better day than he.
Well, guys, I know this has kind of been a short day. We had to say goodbye to one person, but next week we'll be back for a competition with all 5 of you. It's only week 2 of the Airgunner Challenge. Good luck to you guys. next week on American Airgunner. We may even talk about a gun or two. And stay tuned throughout the season because later on, we'll be traveling across the world to Arnsberg, Germany, and talking to the amazing people that make up Umarex's world headquarters. Thanks for joining us this week on the only show that's all about air guns, American Airgunner.
Hey, okay, I'm done.